Okay. Hello, it's me. Okay, just got to say that. I wanted to come on tonight, this evening. I was going to come on earlier, and I'm not going to be in here too long. Excuse the way I'm looking, but I'm in my own homely looking, okay? I labeled this Section 8. Oh, goodness. I labeled this Section 8 public housing or affordable housing and food stamps. Okay? And I did that for a reason. Come on through, like, subscribe, hit the notification. Ohana's. Okay? I've been talking about a lot of other things. So buckle up and enjoy the ride. Okay, I don't want to waste no more time. I had to get all that out the way. First off, I would like to address topics. And the topic that I want to address is Section 8, affordable housing, HUD, food stamps. And the reason being is I think sometimes people get the wrong impression of people being on Section 8, food stamps, low housing, affordable housing, government assistance, public assistance, however you want to label it. But I'm going to say this just because someone is on Section 8, public housing, affordable housing, and food stamps, that does not mean they're ghetto. It doesn't mean they're ghetto. My thing is this: everybody comes from different walks of life. Everybody done hit rock bottom or been through something. Some is more sincere, dramatic, serious than others. I don't care if you're a baby. Even a twin is not the same. People need to stop thinking. Now, I'm gonna say this. Don't get don't get me wrong. I know people are what they call milking or jewing the system, taking advantage of the system, lying to get what they need. But I'm not talking about those people. I'm talking about the ones like, for instance, if you was in the military and you got out of the military, you done served 20 years and you cannot work because due to an injury or something that happened to you, what is that, PSTD or PTSD, post, what is it, trauma distress disorder or something, PSTD or PTSD, PT, post trauma syndrome disorder. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's something that happens to you when you go, and it does not necessarily mean that you have to go to war for it. A trauma is a trauma. But for people to label everyone that gets food stamps, Medicaid, Medicare, Section 8, public housing, affordable housing, HUD, however they label it, does not mean that you're poor. My kid's father was in the military. This ain't no made up story. This is a truthful story. And when we met, our first place was a mobile home, okay? And it was furnished. Our rent was $175. And this was in 1984. Not $175. If my sister's on here, or she get on here, comment down below. She know what I'm talking about. It came with furniture. We bought our own pots, pans, sheets, towels, etc. Because some of them, the reason I'm saying some, it's called manufactured homes, and it comes with all that stuff. It can come with dishes, you name it. A lot of things, furniture, plates. I'm making this as an example. My kid's father was in the Army, and he had a family before me, and he ended up having to take care of them. So the point I'm trying to get at is we wasn't on Section 8 because our rent was $175. No. We moved to Germany. We lived on housing, which is military housing. Uncle Sam take care of that, so I'm just trying to get to the point. We came back to the United States. We was over there 4 years, Stuttgart, Germany. Okay. My kid's father went to Desert Storm. Okay. He fought in the war. We was stationed in Fort Carson, Colorado Springs. When he got out, I'm just getting to it. Got a percentage of something. Once we determined where we was going to move, we moved to Bradenton, Florida. I can tell a whole bunch of different stuff, but I'm trying to get to a point. He didn't have a job for over a year, okay? And I say this to say, this man served the country and everything. And yes, he did get some money. I wasn't leaving that out. But when you have to pay rent for a whole year, a family, food, etc., because we had 4 kids and the 2 of us, him and me, 6 people in the household. He didn't get no unemployment at first until I said, wait a minute now, hold up, swallow up. Something's got to give. I'm trying to look at the lighting. So we lived on the money that he got when we got out the Army. I said we because I was in it with him. Hell, I was his wife. We weren't on no Section 8. We weren't on no public housing. The only thing I ended up, only reason why I got with is because my youngest daughter right today, bring it out, okay? And they tried different forms, okay? And it was so high, the doctor wrote a prescription for me to take to the WIC office so I can get WIC. We still wasn't on nothing else. We wasn't on no Medicaid, Medicare, food stamps, WIC, okay? WIC. until eventually I said, I'm gonna apply for some food stamps. And we was living in, what's it? Bradenton, Florida. Mm-hmm. And at the time, when you they used to get book of food stamps. And we went back there, got an interview, told the whole truth, nothing but the truth, so help us. We got finished with that interview. The man took us, or lady, I think it was a man though, took us to the front of the line, and we got food stamps right then and there. Food stamps. We weren't poor. Our income, they knew about it. We had rent, bills, etc. Children, household size, right? But we weren't on no Section 8 in public housing, affordable housing, none of that. I'm saying all that to say, why are people, or why have people been talking about folks that get on these programs, which is government funding, okay? You can come up off of it. And everybody, excuse me, everyone that's on it don't pay no cheap rent either. Everybody that's on Section 8 or affordable housing, public housing, government housing is not paying cheap rent. You know why I know? Because I'm on Section 8. And the reason why I'm on Section 8 is when I left my second husband and I had some medical problems, I injured myself, accident. I couldn't go back to my job. I was a taxpayer. My kid's father served in the United States Army and Army Reserves, okay? Why the hell not can I get anything, or should anyone get anything? You injured from your job and you cannot go back to the job, so that makes you disabled in a sense from your job. Everybody that gets disability is not crazy or cuckoo for cocoa puffs or has any mental problems. Everybody gets it for different reasons, and that's because of health. You going through a crisis. No, it don't mean you have to stay stuck. Okay? You should want to advance and move up the corporate ladder, so to speak. I was paying regular rent. Me and my second husband, we had cable. Oh, y'all don't want to hear this part. We had the regular cable dish network because we got it from my mom. He went behind my back. We discussed it, but we hadn't concrete said, yes, this is what we should do, even though I didn't have no problem doing it for my mom. He went and took it upon himself and got it on. And so my mom ended up having to move out of her apartment because of financial reasons, and she was real sick. So she moved in with my baby sister. And so that means that she didn't have no need for the service there. But when you get Dish Network, I don't know how it is now. Back then it was a contract. So I ended up having to pay cable, Dish Network, light, gas, trash, water, rent, life insurance policies, and all this stuff, right? I went on no affordable housing, no Section 8. I was a certified nurse's assistant. I injured myself on my job, okay? Plus, I had 2 jobs at that time. Personal care aide. Actually, that's what I was doing first until a hospice nurse was there with a man. His name was Ira. His name is same name as my mom's dad. And he never been married, didn't have no family. He was terminally ill. He had cancer. And she needed me to help roll him over so she could clean his bowels. Okay. I'm not making this up. There was a licensed practice nurse, but she wasn't on call. I was there and I took interest in what she was doing, and I asked her what all I have to do to become a certified nurse's assistant. And I went to my job where I got hired at, did a test, CPR, first aid, the whole 9 yards. You do your background check. They already had done did that because the type of job I was doing. I would have to go on people's homes to take care of them or assisted living facility, not a nursing home. There's a difference. I did that. I injured my back by trying to pick up this man, or not pick him up. I'm lying. Not pick him up. I said the wrong word. Help him get into the shower. I ain't trying to pick him up. I'm gonna clean this up and say it true. Okay. So when I did that, the man, I didn't know I needed a lift hoist. That's what you need when you have someone that is in the bed that's not mobile and they need assistance. So you put the lift hoist underneath them to lift them up out of the bed, to put him in his wheelchair or what have you. And I did not have that. And the man slipped and I didn't want him to fall. And he was a tall man and I'm a woman. Okay. That dead weight. I said, oh Lord Jesus, this man can't fall. And when I broke his fall, my back popped. I had to go to physical therapy for a long time. I ain't talking about just no month. I had this one thing that I had to put on my back, and it had put like little waves. It kind of remind you of what you call that thing? Those little sticky things they put on you when you having heart. They checking your heart rate and all that stuff, or your heart. But they put it on my back, and I had to have that too. I had to go to physical therapy. Fully went to it because when I injured my back, at first I was getting workman's comp, and that runs out. They can't fire you from your job, and I ended up having to, as time went on, get a lawyer because you can't fire me. I wasn't getting no money, and I'd be damned if I'm still having this issue and I don't have money to live off of. I don't give a damn if I was married or not. I still like my own money, okay? I was able to win that, and I wasn't able to go back to the job after that. I didn't get fired. I still couldn't do that work, okay? Still wasn't on no Section 8 in public housing. This is titled Affordable Housing, Section 8, HUD, public housing, government, and food stamps, okay? People need to stop talking about folks that get these assistance. I understand people milk the system, but everybody that gets this is not poor. People don't have no other choice, especially with inflation, okay? The way things is, everybody need food stamps. What's the difference of applying for food stamps, getting them? Back in the days, people was buying food stamps. Don't get me started, because I could come with some stuff. Okay? You don't want it. You're talking about people to get food stamps, but you're buying it from somebody. Okay? Everybody that's on these affordable housing, Section 8, public housing, rent is not cheap either. Okay? It's based on your income. Based on your income. My mom told me, she said, you need You need to apply for Section 8. This is when I was with my second husband. You need to take and hide some money or stash some money away. I'm trying to see if damn it. Leave well enough alone. So you because the type of person he was, she was looking out for me. So I eventually applied for it. Me, my oldest daughter, my youngest daughter, and my daughter's boyfriend at the time, but now he's her husband. We was all on it together. I put them on the lease. We all signed the lease. We all signed the contract. We all, even if he had a job, I had income, and my daughter had income, we reported that. I ain't getting in trouble for no one, but also I'm looking out for me. I'm looking out for me. And you can eventually get out of that. Also, you can buy homes being on Section 8. There's a program you can talk to your social worker or caseworker or whatever the hell those people call you. They don't tell you this. So I'm talking about this because I see people talking about they on food stamps. This person get food stamps. This person get Section 8 affordable housing. But you've been on it before yourself. Let me say this. If nothing else, I'm a realist. I don't care. I know it's about appearance. I'm going to be me. I know how to fix myself up. I know how to look a certain way. And you'll look at it and do a double take and say, that's not you. My oldest daughter used to do my hair, my makeup. She used to arch my eyebrow, put makeup on me. When I said she used to doll me up, that's what I used to call her. She used to doll me up. She used to doll me up. I've been putting pictures on my community board. Those are me. And there ain't no pictures when I was in high school or 20s and 30s. No, those are pictures of me when I was in my freaking 50s. I'm 57, okay? Pictures that I took probably a couple of months back or last year. There ain't no old stuff. Don't get it twisted. I can get on here. If she did me, like she used to, and I get my hair done and stuff, people go, damn, you sure look different. Mm-hmm. But I tell you one damn thing, you ain't gonna smell me. I don't stink. I don't Jones it. I ain't keeping up with nobody's damn Jones. I'm being me. I'm not faking it to make it. I'm barely getting by. I'm trying to save. I'm trying to get me a vehicle. No one does nothing for me. Well, I'm lying. I'm lying again now. God and my kid's father. Because I was married to him and I get spousal survivor's benefits. Excuse me. I don't know why I'm starting to sneeze. Excuse me. Survivor's benefit. I know nothing about that until somebody that was a friend of his ended up talking about it and told my daughter. My daughter mentioned it to me and woo, woo, woo. Look at somebody and judge them for just looking at them. This guy told me one time before, he said, you see that guy right there? That man has got some money. He said, you see that guy right there? Same guy. That man got money. He was panhandling, the guy was. It's when I was in Cincinnati, Ohio. And there was a bus stop where actually I worked at this bank. on the 22nd floor, okay? And there was the bus stop right there. I mean, literally, you come out the bank, the bus stop was right there, downtown. The man was panhandling, and he told me this. That's his hometown. He was from there. I'm not from no Cincinnati. I ended up living there. And this one guy and his wife or girlfriend was sitting on the bench, going to everybody, borrowing cigarettes. And you look down there, they already had damn cigarettes adding to their kitty. But just because they was doing that, the people was rich. I'm saying this because people need to stop judging folks for what they're getting it for. You look at a person and then you say things about people. I said this. Whatever I say on this channel, somebody will be right down there in the bottom making some comments out the ass about me. Comment. It'll bother me. You're bothered. I'm not bothered. You taking that much time to get on somebody's live or on their posts. You that mean, bitter, evil, wicked, or whatever to get on somebody's post to say some of the weirdest, crazy, dumbest things. What has this world become? People are not loving. People is mean, cruel, selfish. Selfish. Don't care who they hurt, out for themselves. And I told my son today's my baby's birthday. Happy birthday, son. I talked to him for a very long time. He said something to me. He said, Mama, you ain't got to tell me how I am. He said, I know how you are. You my mom. And I said, hey, I couldn't argue with that because I got my son's daughter here sharing things with him. And he said that. I didn't get offended. He was telling the truth. Basically, he trusts me. My granddaughter's in good hands with me. People think that she's here and I'm getting assistance or getting cash. I don't get no cash. I'm spending my money. That's why I said people need to stop looking at folks and judging them and stuff like that. If you want Section 8, so what? Good for you. If you getting affordable housing, so what? Good for you. Public housing, affordable housing, Section 8, government, however many HUD housing, food stamps, cash assistance. No one knows nobody's story. And everybody's story ain't meant to be told. And if they do, if it is told, let them tell it. And if they lie, they eventually get caught up in their lie. Pay attention. I ain't gonna get caught up in no lie. Because everything I say is real. I think that could be something that a lot of people don't like about me. Well, stay the hell away from me because I don't nobody be around me anyhow. So how you gonna say you don't like me? I don't have no one around me. If I have somebody around me, it's my grandchildren, my daughter, on a daily basis. And if I'm sitting out there waiting for them to go to school and come home, I'm looking like an old woman right now. I don't care. How you doing? Or periodically, the parents or somebody might say something to you. Before, other than that, I don't be around nobody. Sure the hell don't. I said something the other day on Facebook. And I said this, if I make a post and you get offended by something I'm saying, you taking it personal. I'm staying up here making a statement. I'm not putting nobody's name on it. I'm not a messy Bessie. And I damn sure don't like drama. I like my life to be. I'm already going through a lot. I don't want all that negative stuff in my space. So you say something on Facebook or whatever. I'm so glad I'm ready for the next chapter of my life and all this negative stuff. If you're negative, stay away. Don't come in my way. And someone comment on that and say something, whatever it may be. Really? I must have stepped on your damn toes because I didn't put your name on it. I'm speaking for me. What I want and what I won't put up with. And if someone is offended by that, I'm not your problem. You the problem. It's your fault because you taking all of what I'm saying. I know the person, but I didn't direct this to you. But see, you don't have to. Just like I said, you took it personal for a reason. You took it personal for a reason. And I don't have time for seasoned people. I don't want nobody to come in my life that's seasonal. I don't want nobody to come in my life uh, 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 with all their problems, and I'm damn sure not gonna put my problems on you either. If I meet somebody, can we kick it and chill? Life is short. Everybody that walks this earth is going through something. And one of the things that is going on in this world is too much damn jealousy, envy, and hate. That's sad. That's how my brother got killed. He didn't do nothing to nobody. And if he did, it was with the females he was with, but they didn't do it. Jealousy killed my brother. Ain't nobody your friend for real, for real. The only friend you have is yourself, Jesus. Think about it. If you go outside and walk, and you walking and ain't nobody with you, who's with you? You, God, the air, the ground. When you was born, you came in this world with no clothes on, out your mama's womb. She was there, but did nobody come through that birth canal or whatever you want to call it? But you, she had to push you out. I'm so stronger than what I was. I have been sharing my story. Still ain't finished. And I told someone yesterday, I said, I want to write a book. He said, you ought to. I have so much to talk about, so much to share, so much I've been through. But I ain't alone. I ain't the only one that's been through something. That's why, excuse me, I had a salad. That's the reason why you have to watch who you tell things to. Everybody's not genuinely happy for you and can care. They really don't care. I'm saying that's the person I am. But I'm not judging everybody being the same way. I'd rather, this is my thing. I'd rather talk to somebody. Like yesterday, I went to the gym and I just went into the office to introduce myself to the lady at the office. I've been here for a while and she's a new person. And me and her both start talking. I was friendly, she was friendly. And leave it there. I don't, I'm sorry. I don't call nobody my friend. I don't want to. I don't want to. I'm not saying F people or I don't want this son of a gun or where I mean. I don't talk like that. If I talk to you, we talk. We could go to lunch and keep it there. I don't want us jeffing, kicking it on a daily basis, me going over your house. At one point in time, I said that. I got another YouTube channel, Mona's Vegan Lifestyle. You can subscribe to that. And I talk a lot on there about my weight loss journey and food and stuff that I eat and prepared and stuff like that. And I said over there, I think it was 2 years ago, I was going through something. And I said, I'll need some friend sisters or sister friends. That's what it was. I meant it. I did. I'm not going to go against what I said and did nobody know it, but I'm sharing this on my other page. But right now, I'm not all the way 100% in like I was. I think my emotions had the best to be at that time. And it had something to do with I was going through the loss of my kid's father, two of my kids moving, two of my kids going through this and that and the third, and I felt like that. I said it was like almost like, can I have a friend so we can go somewhere and just enjoy ourselves? Just girl, come on, let's go to the mall. Girl, let's go out of town on a trip. That type of thing. I wanted that. I don't know if I do now. Everybody I get in contact with, girls, men's, friends, or whatever, everybody is the same damn way with me. I don't care. I ain't did nothing to nobody. And I told my son today, there was a girl on my live yesterday on Facebook because I was talking about my weight loss journey. I used to do that on there. And she got on there. And my mother's mom, which was her grandmother, her mother's mom, my mother's mom was friends with her grandmother. And my mother knew, of course, her mom and aunties and cousins and stuff, and vice versa. Me and my sister knew her. We all raised up around each other on the same block and next street over and all this stuff, right? So I was on there talking, and she said these words. She said, "You always been quiet and to yourself as long as I've known you. When you was young and everything." She said that. So my cousin, rest her soul, she came into my house, and this had to have been 2006, 7. And she said, "Cuz you the same way you was when you was a little kid. I'm not fake. I'm not a liar. I'm not a cheater. I'm not trying to get over on nobody. I'm trying to live and be peaceful. I ain't got time for all that other stuff. I'm trying to keep my head afloat, work hard so I can get my automobile, take care of my grandchildren. Do that seem like I have time to be doing some stupid stuff? No, not me. Oh, no. No. That's why my son said what he said today. I'm that mother and I'm that wife. And I ain't changing myself for nobody because I love me. So on that note, I came on here to talk about wrapping it up, okay? Stop talking about people's situation. It don't mean that it's permanent. It could be a temporary situation. You don't know what people's illnesses is. You can look at me and say, girl, you look like you healthy. But I got a condition. Just saying. I ain't got no condition. I have one major problem wrong with me, and I have Graves disease. And I had that since 94. Mm-hmm. Got my daughter, my youngest daughter, she wasn't even 2 yet. Hair falls out. When I first got it, I didn't know what the hell was going on with my body. I don't put chemicals in my hair because I used to put perms in my hair. My hair used to fall out. You would have thought, I mean, seriously, I had radiation, iodine, treatments, too. Eyes used to be like this. I mean, literally like they about to pop out my head. I had the shakes and all that. I didn't know what was going on with me. And I ended up being on ICU, the intensive care unit in Bradenton, Florida, Manatee Hospital. You can look it up. That's the hospital name. And I didn't have nobody there for me. I had no family around. That's because we lived in different states. I ain't gonna act like, oh, my sister was down the road and she wouldn't help me. No, I lived in Florida. No family there, none at all. My kid's father was from Daytona Beach. We lived in Bradenton, Florida. I think that was 3 hours away. And I was in the hospital. I had gallstone surgery, tongue twister, and I didn't have my gallstone removed though. I had a laser. And the nurse came into the room and she said, by any chance, have you ever had your thyroids checked? Hell, I didn't know what the hell that was. Matter of fact, I think I was about 27 years old. 7, yeah. I don't know. They must have did some lab work because you know when your body goes through a lot of things, they do lab work. I know what she was talking about. Honey, I got released from the hospital. My kid's dad took me home. He had to tell me he had to turn himself in. I'm being truthful, okay? And I felt like my heart had fell on the ground. The reason why he had turned himself in is because he was married before me. I didn't break up no marriage. I didn't know nothing about this man. Okay? I did not break up no marriage. He said I gotta turn myself in. Hmm? I have 4 babies. I had nobody there for me. He turned himself in. He was in jail for 30 days because he was tired of paying. She was trying to squeeze. I ain't making this up. Squeeze blood out of a turnip. She was money hungry. I didn't know this was going on. You know what he was going through? I didn't even know about it. He stopped paying her $1,000 now. Listen, and some kind of way she filed the charges up on him or something because she didn't get no child support payment. I didn't know nothing about this. I wasn't the type of wife to say, you ain't paying her nothing. No, I ain't do none of that. But the thing that hurted me was he knew I was going to be hurt. He knew I was sick. But I didn't have nobody there for me and my babies. No one. My son was 8. 8 years old. We talked about this today. a woman that I met at bingo. Her name was Marie. She had 3 kids, 2 daughters and a son. I knew her through bingo. There wasn't no one time talking. I used to go to bingo with her, but I'm talking about outright really know this woman. She took my kids in. I had 4 at the time. Still do got 4. But anyhow, 5, 9, 9 actually. 5 grandchildren, 4 children. I called the state to even ask them. My hands was tied. I was sick. I was weak. I didn't know if I was coming or going. I was still sick. When I got out the hospital, I was still weak. Stayed home, I think 5 days. Went to enroll 2 of my children in school. And when I got there, I bawled. I couldn't even sit there to fill out paperwork. So we ended up leaving. I came home. My son had to call the ambulance because something was happening to me. They did a test to see if they did EKG and all that. They ended up admitting me in the hospital. And this is when I found out I had Graves' disease. And when I tell you, I was in the hospital, I want to say 14 days, maybe 3 weeks. Because I was in the hospital when I had my gallstone not removed, but laser. Because I have the scar. That's why I said like that. They didn't remove my whole one. They just did a laser. And I was in the hospital, I think 5 days then. So all in all, I was in the hospital, went home 5 days, about a month, 4 weeks, 5 days, and then I went back for another 3 weeks. It plays a lot on your well-being. So I'm saying all that to say, if you can do better for yourself, do better for yourself. Don't stop at one thing. Anything can change for you. But I'm gonna say this again. I'm gonna stress it too. I'm gonna talk about this again. This stuff is government funding. Government funding is free. Think about it. You a taxpayer. And if you ain't, at one point in time in your life, you was. Most people, such as myself, and I still am, I'm self-employed. Then I could get taxes from what you call that, child tax credit. Do what you gotta do to make it. And I'm saying this in a positive way. I ain't talking about nothing illegal. Do what you gotta do. People get out of marriages. People get out of relationships and stuff. You got children. People have to escape to get to where they need to be safe. Do what you got to do. Man or woman, do what you got to do. So on that note, Hondas, always be you, for you, do you, and love you. I say that in any way it is because it all comes together. You got to be the best version of yourself you can be. I'm trying to stick in there and hang in there myself. Today, good spirits. Yesterday, good spirits. But I cried earlier when I was talking on the phone with my son. I have sadness in me. But I ain't trying to, every time I talk or every time you turn around, I'm bawling. I'm tired of that. So again, have a good night. We got to stay prayed up. We got to support each other. Stop hating on people. Stop. Stop being jealous. If I get a Lamborghini, why would you hate on me? You sitting up here seeing me the way I am now. And I end up getting to where I want to be or get something because I deserve a vehicle. I don't care. I'm going to keep saying that till my face turn red or purple. I need this. I want this. I got to have it and I'm going to get it. And I'm trying to bust my tail getting it. I have children. If y'all only know the story, I ain't told you half of it. One of my children, I'm going to say this, I've done said it before. I found out something today. And when I found this out, it broke my heart. It's a friend of my daughter's. Yeah, her friend. And I have talked to this young lady all the time. And she said, hi, how you doing? You know, and I told her I was going to buy her some shoes and stuff like that. And just sad. So I'm going to wrap this up. Long story short, long story. We got to be mindful. We got to do better, be better, so we can have better. Stop, people. We got to come together to make this world a better place for you and me. Remember Michael Jackson them said that? Good night.